Welcome to Fighting Stats, the ultimate channel for MMA fans who love statistics and betting breakdowns. I'm your host, Art C, and I'm here to get you ready for the upcoming UFC fights. In this series, I'll be watching tape and providing my real time analysis on how I think the fights are going to go. I'll be watching for fighters' strengths, weaknesses, tendencies, and overall strategies, pairing that with Fighting Stats' exclusive UFC stats not available anywhere else to give you a prediction on how I think the fights are going to go and ultimately who's going to win. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to Fighting Stats. Welcome back to Fighting Stats. Okay, so today we have finished the tape on Diego Lopes. We have finished the tape on Mr. Pat Sabatini. We are going to break down the fight. We are going to see if we can find a winner and maybe the best bets. This taping is a little bit early, so the lines aren't out yet. So we're going to set some lines, see how close we can get to the openers, see if there's any offlines when they do open it up. But first, we're starting with Diego Lopes, currently 22-6, fighting out of Brazil. Remember, he was the BJJ guy. Been training BJJ from a young age. We've seen him on the Contender Series lose his debut. Did some regional stuff and then came back, lost to Movsar Ivalev, and then triangled Gavin Tucker. What we know from the tape, Diego Lopes, again, BJJ guy, likes to come forward on the feet. Not the most technical, but he's game. He likes to bite down on the mouthpiece and throw hands. He is live just based on his willingness to engage, throws power and such. Because he's trained BJJ so much, his takedown defense isn't great. We saw him get taken down early and really controlled. In his Contender Series fight, we saw him really complacent off of his back, accepting of the position. In that fight, he was really controlling the posture, close guard, just stalling a little bit when he was on bottom. We saw it a little bit more in the Evelev fight, but on his back in that fight, he was a little bit more active, attacking submissions. If you go back and watch that tape together with us, we will say that Lopes was more of a sub or bust kind of guy, because if he's not getting the sub, then he's losing the minutes off of his back. He's more big moments, big submissions, but it's hard to win the rounds like that because, again, if he doesn't get the submission and somebody that's savvy enough to defend them or strong enough to defend them, then he ends up on his back and loses the round. So he does have some paths to victory. He's very dangerous off his back, doing a lot of submissions. We haven't seen a ton of top time from Diego Lopes. I'm sure those submissions come a little bit easier when he's on top, but when he's on bottom, he knows the submissions. They're reliant maybe on some grappling, maybe his opponent not really knowing how to defend. But both the Contender Series fight, the Evelev fight, they were able to defend. The Gavin Tucker one, he got that triangle armbar pretty quickly, got him into a triangle, able to submit him. So again, he is live for the finish. We didn't see any cardio concerns into round 3. He looked fine. He was still able to come forward. Again, he's always pushing for that finish. If we move on to Pat Sabatini, 18-4 out of Philadelphia, we just saw from the tape, I'll tell you, we just saw a dominant wrestler. Dominant top time, dominant control. His striking is a little bit sloppy. His strikes come from the sides, more hooky than straight. A little bit shorter in stature, but what he makes up for, or what he lacks in height, he makes up for strength and power. His wrestling, he likes to chain different takedowns, going from single legs to double legs to body locks. He'll push you up against the cage, dig for underhooks, and trip you against the fence. Once he gets his opponents down, he does have this dominant top game where he doesn't let most of his opponents up. He's able to prioritize his top position, but also get some ground and pound in. We saw him in his last fight against Lucas Almeida get the submission in round 2, so he's very live there. So clash of styles. We have one guy in Pat Sabatini that's just dominant. He's sort of run through his opponents. His only loss coming to Damon Jackson when Damon Jackson clipped him with a weird kick elbow sequence. I don't think Sabatini was expecting it, so he got rocked. He defaulted to taking a takedown attempt, and then Damon Jackson was able to defend and get into mount. In this fight, the fight starts out standing. I think that Sabatini is going to circle on the outside, start out on the outside, high guard. He's going to, throw his punches here and there, but when Lopes loads up on those strikes, I think Pat Sabatini is going to level change early in the fight. I think the takedown is going to come fairly easy, and I think once that takedown comes, then Sabatini is going to ride out top control, either from half guard to side control. If Diego Lopes tries to defend that, he's really just going to control posture. He might tack some submissions off of his back, but I think Sabatini is just too good on the ground to get submitted from top. Those arm bars, triangles. As long as he can keep himself out of trouble, keep watching his legs, things like that, then I think Sabatini cruises. He's going to win those rounds, win those minutes. Again, Lopez's best chances here are going to come from a fluky submission. I just think Sabatini's too good on the ground. He doesn't allow a lot of space for submission attempts to set up. He keeps the chest-to-chest area pretty small, so not a lot of opportunities for Lopes on the ground to get the submission. On the feet, when the round starts on the feet, again, I would say Lopes is live for a knockdown just based on he sits into his punches. Sabatini is a little bit shorter in reach, so Sabatini will have to close that distance in order to get the fight to the ground. But it's really just a puncher's chance for Lopes to get the fight, to get the knockout early in those sequences, or to get those fluke submissions off of his back. Otherwise, Sabatini probably cruises to a 30-27 decision win. No real cardio concerns from Sabatini, so I think he can keep that pace up for 3 rounds. It's possible that Sabatini rains down some ground and pound, but we saw that Lopes has a chin, so I don't really see him going out. It's not that Sabatini really loads up a lot on the ground and pound. He's more peppering shots, keeping them active, opening up some spots for submission. So I don't think the knockout comes for Sabatini. I think that Lopes is good enough on the ground, probably not to get submitted from Sabatini. Both guys probably good enough to defend the submissions. And then again, so it probably goes to decision. I might look at that play. Otherwise, I think that the side pre-fight would probably be Pat Sabatini. I think he wins the majority of the time. Most of the equity, I think, is built into the decision. Just again, I don't see a lot of KOs. They probably come from TKOs. I don't really see a lot of submissions for Sabatini. Again, based on the top time, just based on Lopes being able to defend, I think it probably goes to decision. So I'll keep an eye out for those lines. Stay tuned. I'm going to set some alerts, so when those odds do come out, I'll play them right away. I'll let you guys know what I end up on. But I think that Sabatini is the side. He'll probably cruise to decision. Best of luck. Stay tuned. Again, follow and subscribe. When I do place those bets, I'll post it out right away so that you can follow below. Click the link below. Get some more details on where you can bet if you're not finding some of the lines that I'm quoting. And we'll thank you for watching. Always a pleasure breaking down the fights with you. Have a good day. Okay, guys, well, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and you'll get notified anytime we put out new content. Again, my name is Art C. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Electrocute. This is Fighting Stats, the ultimate source for exclusive and in-depth MMA statistics and best bets. We'll see you guys at the window.